All right, so we've all been there, right? You've got this huge, high stakes question, you turn to an AI for some help, and the advice you get back is, well, it's pretty useless. Today, we're going to fix that for good. Just imagine this for a second. You're getting ready for maybe one of the most important conversations of your career. You open up your AI tool and you type something simple, like, hey, help me ask for a raise. You're hoping for that magic bullet, that one killer phrase that's just going to give you the upper hand. And this is what it spits back out. Wow. Mind-blowing, right? I mean, look, this advice isn't wrong, but it's completely and utterly useless in the real world. And that's the big problem, isn't it? This is what happens when we try to use AI for something that actually counts. So you're probably thinking, what's going on here? Is the AI just not smart enough? Nope, not at all. The problem isn't the tool. It's us. It's how we're asking. The whole issue is right there in the prompt. Okay, so here's the really interesting part. What's happening under the hood? You have to remember, an AI has basically read the entire internet. It's learned from the viewpoint of a CEO, an intern, a super cautious accountant, and a risk-taking entrepreneur. So when you ask it a super vague question, what does it do? It just kind of mushes all those perspectives together and gives you the most boring, middle-of-the-road, safest answer it can possibly think of. So how do we fix this? Well, there's this amazing technique, and it's called persona prompting. This is the secret sauce. It's where you stop treating the AI like some generic, know-it-all machine, and you start talking to it like a specific expert. You're essentially giving it a job title before you give it the job. I love this analogy. Think of it like a giant, dark warehouse full of information. All the expertise you could ever want is already in there. Persona prompting is like you're holding a powerful spotlight. You're not adding anything new to the warehouse. You're just pointing that beam of light exactly where you need it, telling the AI, hey, focus on this specific knowledge right here and ignore all that other junk. Okay, so that sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? How do we build one of these expert personas that unlocks all that genius? Well, it's actually way easier than you might think. Think of it like a recipe. A really great persona prompt has 5 key ingredients. First, the role. What kind of expert are we talking to? Second, their specific experience. What have they actually seen and done? Third, communication style. Are they going to be blunt and direct or more encouraging? Fourth, the audience. Who are they talking to? You, a junior employee? Are you prepping a case for the C-suite? And finally, the goal. What is the one thing you want to achieve? The more detail you pack in here, the better your answer is going to be. Let's make this super concrete. Look at the difference here. On the left, you've got that weak, help me ask for a raise prompt. But look at the right. This is a game changer. You are an executive coach who knows every excuse managers use. See what we did there? We didn't just ask for help. We hired a world-class coach who's heard it all before. And right away, the conversation shifts from what should I say to how do I handle the inevitable pushback? All right, so now that we've got the basics down, let's kick it up a notch. We're going to look at some advanced techniques for the salary negotiation. And this, my friends, is where persona prompting stops being just a neat trick and becomes an absolutely transformative tool. So why would you ever settle for just one expert's opinion when you can literally create your own personal board of directors? This technique is called stacked personas. It's brilliant. First, you get the perspective of, say, a cautious accountant. They're going to poke holes in everything, worrying about budgets and the bottom line. Then, right after that, you bring in the aggressive advocate. They're going to build you up, focus on your market value, and talk about how much it would cost the company to lose you. By doing this, you see the problem from every angle, and crucially, you uncover your own blind spots. Okay, so your case is strong. You've got all your talking points lined up. But a negotiation isn't a speech, right? You're going to get pushback. Your manager's going to have objections. So the real question is, how do you get ready for that? This one is my favorite. You use a mentor persona. Check this out. Instead of asking the AI to just give you a script, you tell it to become a tough but fair mentor who's going to role play with you. It'll start hitting you with the same tough questions your manager will, forcing you to think on your feet and really defend your position. This turns it into a back-and-forth practice session. It's an iterative process, and it makes your argument 1,000 times stronger than if you just memorized a few lines. Now look, this isn't always going to work perfectly right out of the gate.
Sometimes the AI might break character, or the advice it gives you still feels a little fluffy. So let's talk about what to do when that happens. Let's troubleshoot.
So, if the answer is still too generic, get more specific. Give your persona an opinion. Tell it you have a strong, controversial opinion on this. If it's being way too nice and agreeable, you have to tell it explicitly, I need brutal honesty. Challenge every single assumption I make. And if it's just rambling on, give it constraint. My favorite is, you're a busy executive. You have 2 minutes, get to the point in under 300 words. That works like a charm.
And this is really, really important to remember. The goal here is not to outsource your brain. An AI coach is not a replacement for your own critical thinking. Think of it as your sparring partner. It's a tool to help you pressure test your ideas, find the weaknesses in your arguments, and ultimately help you ask much, much smarter questions.
So when you boil it all down, the massive gap between an AI that's kind of useful and one that is an absolute game changer, it really just comes down to one thing: the quality of the conversation you start. It all begins and it all ends with a prompt.
So when you master persona prompting, you're no longer just asking a question. You're not a passive user anymore. You are a director telling this incredibly powerful tool exactly who to be and what to do. So you've got the playbook now. Your personal, world-class negotiation coach is sitting there just waiting for you. What are you going to ask it first?